Ninja Gaiden. Hey!
Oh, that's from The Wizard. This is going to be a whole Ninja Gaiden stream. This is just going to be, why do I keep saying stream? It's going to be a whole Ninja Gaiden playthrough. This is going to be a little sample of it. I already tried to live stream the whole thing, but the PlayStation live stream thing sucks, especially the sound. So I'm just doing it on my computer. If anybody wants to try to capture footage on their PlayStation 5, you gotta turn off HDCP in the HDMI settings, or otherwise it'll just be a black screen. I looked at the black screen for a few minutes, and then I remembered, oh yeah, you gotta turn off HDCP. I don't remember what it was called, but I knew you had to turn off something. PlayStation 3 has automatic HDCP, so all the capturing I did of that, I had to get a composite cable to, or which one's the HD one? Composite or component? I think it's composite. Composite cable to HDMI converter to be able to capture PlayStation 3. I don't know if I've tried to capture PlayStation 4 since I got my capture card. I should though. I should capture a playthrough of PT. I guess that's my other most valuable thing, video game I own, besides my copy of Snatcher for the Sega CD. It's my PlayStation 4 with PT installed. And I can thank Tyler for that. He's the one who suggested I download PT. Still the scariest game I've ever played in my life. By far. So disturbing. Like on the radio when the guy's talking about, and he killed his whole family and the little girl thought it was a game. Like, it's just such a disturbing game. Going through the same house over and over and over again, and the little eraserhead fetus in the bathroom sink and shit. What a disturbing game. Yeah, I should definitely capture that. But thought I'd come here and talk about James, the James Tube UFO, everything, all the updates that have happened in the past 2 days, or the past day. I don't even know what day it is. I've been watching this and paying attention to this shit since Friday. It's Monday. I haven't slept barely at all. All I've done is watch shit about James. Mostly on the show Polarity. Last night I think I briefly went into psychosis. I heard something crunching. I have my window right here. It's the only window that I don't have a blackout curtain on in my whole house. I keep it open for my cat so she can watch cat TV. Cats love windows. Call it cat TV. But yeah, I thought there was an alien outside my window, and then I thought there was an alien in my CRT TV room watching me, and I was going to get blasted by the blue light that killed James. But I mean, literally, even as I was setting up to record, a big new update on James came up. James went live for 24 seconds or something like that. Maybe he had been live 24 minutes ago, but he was only live for a few seconds. And I It's like, fuck. God damn it, James. Why'd you have to ruin my life for 4 days? But well done, James. Well done. I was like, oh, fuck. I can finally relax. And then I looked in the comments. Most people were just fucking pissed, saying they're going to call the cops because you're not allowed to fake injury. And Wisconsin, you get 9 months in jail and fine and all this shit. But then I looked down at one of the comments and I was like, oh fuck, it's not over yet. And it said, I ran through every single one of James's videos for AI to detect if it's AI or not. None of the videos came up as AI, except this video is AI. So, which is totally possible. I mean, there's been videos of Donald Trump from the Oval Office of him making a whole speech, and they figured out that's AI. That's White House technology. So, you know, whatever technology, if the government's trying to hide this shit, if so they were able to detect if that's AI or not, but that could be a troll on the comments. I'm just gonna have to keep obsessing over this until I see. I've been watching this guy Polarity, and he he'll figure out if it's AI or not. I'm sure there's people on the job. There is someone live right now on YouTube. It came up on my feed. He's in his car. He has 8 different addresses for James. He's on his way to find James right now. So a mob is out for James. And if this was all a hoax, and it was acting, it was short films, it's an art project, you could call it, you know. I think the kids call it a ARC or a LARP or some shit like that. It's a whole trope. It's the kids like to do it nowadays. Leave little clues that it's fake, but make fake videos that try to freak people out for clout, which means power and influence on the internet. Had to look that up too. If it is all a hoax and an art piece or whatever, let me tell you something, James. As an artist myself, I use that term very loosely, but this is something that I learned in college, not in an art class. It was while skipping class. I took Adderall for like 4 days and drew a picture of a reptilian, no less. And there was this girl with huge boobs that was in my dorm. And she looked at me straight in the eyes and said, "This is the best drawing I've ever seen in my life." But I was so obsessed with the drawing that I completely ruined it. I erased it. I put rubber cement on it. I ruined it. Because I couldn't stop doing it. Art is never finished. A song is never finished. A painting's never finished. You just have to let go of it. And as the saying goes, I didn't make up this saying. This is a real saying. One extra brushstroke can ruin a masterpiece. So James, if this was all fake, which I'm not sure if it is or not, I apologize to James if you're in some spaceship somewhere dead or whatever. That was an AI James on the video that just posted, which he was wearing different shoes that he usually wears. Red flag. He usually doesn't even wear shoes, but the shoes that he was wearing different shoes. It only showed his shadow. It didn't show his pants or anything. His voice did sound a little bit off, a little bit of uncanny valley there. But if you really did do this hoax, James, it was the best hoax of all time that I can think of since the Blair Witch Project. And the Blair Witch Project wasn't really even a hoax, it was a movie, but they made it into an internet website and made it seem like it was real. I don't think it was ever planned on being a hoax. It's like a student film for the University of Central Florida. But they made this website in the early days of the internet that like had missing posters of the people from the Blair Witch Project and shit like that. So by word of mouth, it spread that the Blair Witch Project was real. And I guess so. This was the closest thing. This was the 2025 Blair Witch Project. So if you could have just let go, James, leave the people wanting more. That's another lesson about being an artist. Always leave the people wanting more. If you would have just let that channel alone, never touched it again, let the people try to figure it out. You could have pulled off a masterpiece, but you had to keep getting attention, didn't you, James? But another thing that makes me think it was AI, James, is he was like, I'm on someone else's phone. I got to get rid of this phone. I'm not even on my own phone. So that makes me think, you know, if someone traced his original post's IP address and saw that it was from a different IP address, he gave an explanation for that. And there is this video, if you look up the website or the YouTube channel, Who Killed Kurt, their first post was the voice of Kurt Cobain explaining that he didn't commit suicide, that he was murdered. So, I don't know, like, I'm really thrown off because my mom's freaking out because she's been obsessed with this for a couple of days too. My sister, just got into it today, and her husband just got into it about 30 minutes ago. So they didn't have to suffer for very long. But my sister thought it was real. She thought it was like some kind of military technology from the 60s, the UFO tube. And she doesn't believe in anything. But then, literally, my brother-in-law, he's the luckiest guy alive. He found James live within 15 minutes of finding out about James. And he says he wished he could have experienced the whole James hoax. And me and my mom were like, no, you don't. You consider yourself, you dodged a bullet. You're lucky because you haven't suffered through this shit. Yeah, there's this guy looking for James. He has 8 different addresses and he's going to all of them. But James even responded on post to some comments. He says he's from Appleton, Wisconsin, which people that was an update in Mitchell, Wisconsin, at the same time of James's supposed death when he drilled into the UFO tube. A neighborhood that people thought was his neighborhood, because it was an hour away from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and he said he went to work and he drove an hour to Green Bay, Wisconsin, literally at the exact same time, in some neighborhood in Mitchell, Wisconsin. There was a gas explosion, and the 3 mile radius to where the gas explosion was in a residential area all had to be evacuated. So that's what people thought what happened to James. They were clearing it for nuclear fallout or whatever. Because if you look up on Grok, the AI Grok, if you do a picture of the blue light that supposedly killed James, Grok says it's Chernoff radiation. It's a blue light emitted by radiation that would kill someone right away. And ChatGPT says it's a electrical arc. So neither one of them said it was LED light, like all the skeptics said. It's either electricity or radiation. So that made me believe it more. And then any pro James speak on Reddit were all being like deleted by Reddit. James's Discord was flooded by some hacker or something with inappropriate depictions of minors. I guess you can guess what that means. So that was taken down. That's a good way to get something taken down if you want it taken down. But people hate James. So, and probably the people that intrinsically knew it was a hoax just did that to get the Discord taken down. But that's a dangerous troll. Someone caught them with that kind of material. Do some serious prison time for that shit. But it's the internet, so it's full of sick fucks like James. James, you said in your latest live video that you have a migraine headache. James, I guarantee you your migraine headache is not as bad as mine is. All right, if you can't notice, I'm still continuing in my I'm still continuing in my new format, my newest format. My mom is out for blood for James. She wants to know have they found him yet. She wants to go find James and kill his ass. I'm not mad at James if it's a hoax. I think he did a great job, and as a failed artist myself, who has several times done one extra brushstroke to ruin a masterpiece. I empathize with you, James. I've fucked up my art plenty of times in my life. So I'm not mad at James. Well done, James. Well done. I can take a joke. But I'm still not convinced because, yeah, that AI Kurt Cobain voice, and that was like 2 years ago. So you've seen the Will Smith eating spaghetti video. That shit gets better and better every year. So I'm still thinking it could be an AI James making that video. Cover up. Just, I don't know, just because of all the other things that seem to be trying to cover it up. Discord, Reddit, There's this guy, he's like the biggest public figure UFOologist besides Tom DeLonge, I guess. But this dude looks like a fucking alien. I think he is an alien. And he's been on TV saying he wants James's tube. He wants to, even though they're very expensive, he wants James's tube to do some testing on it. And I think he's going to pull the old switcheroo and get James's tube and take it back to the alien planet. This guy's definitely an alien. When I see this guy on TV, I'm like, this guy talking about aliens, he is a fucking alien. I'm gonna have to look up his name real quick to see, because this guy, tell me he's not an alien, look him up. This motherfucker is an alien. Oh shit, I forgot. In Splatterhouse, you can't just sit there because it's an arcade game. Okay, they're talking about Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar is CIA. That's a quote from the Gordon Sully motherfuckers. Great band from they're not from Parma, they're from Painesville, motherfucker. Fuck. Ruining my stream. It's not a stream. My fucking phone's frozen. See, this is the kind of shit. I'm in full fucking psychosis mode right now. I'm thinking the aliens are stopping me from exposing this guy that says he's a UFOologist. The phone's going real slow. Okay, let's see. Stephen M. Greer. Stephen M. Greer. He wants James's tube so he can test it. Stephen M. Greer is a fucking alien. Just look him up. Look up a video of Stephen M. Greer and tell me this guy isn't an alien. He says he's researching aliens, but he is a fucking alien. But according to James's comments, the tube is gone. They seized the tube. He doesn't know where he is. He's on someone else's phone, and they seized the tube. So, I don't know. I was watching this video of this guy from 1995. I'll leave a link to his video below because his video is very interesting. But, James was apparently attacked by the blue light, or killed, whether you want to believe that was AI James or not in the new video. That strange blue light that was Chernoff radiation or an electrical arc, according to AI. And this guy, this UFO whistleblower, his job was to bore underground tunnels for the government, for underground bases and shit. And he went down into the tunnel, and he said a 7-foot alien gray was right in front of him. 2 of them. And they smelled worse than the worst garbage you could possibly ever smell. And he pulled out his pistol and shot him and killed him. But before he was able to shoot them, one of them rubbed their abdomen and emitted a blue light that sounds exactly like the light from James's video. And the blue light ripped through the guy's stomach and cut his fingers off. That's a pretty famous video, and James could have just watched that video, and he's like, "Oh, I'll put a blue light in my video and make people think I got killed by alien blue light." But I mean, I've been ambivalent about the situation from the very beginning, um, because I'm a firm believer in Occam's razor theory. The simplest answer is usually the right one. I wouldn't call myself exactly a rational human being, but I have to hold on to my own sanity and not be gullible. So I try to test things out with the Occam razors theory. And my Occam razor told me that the tube was fake because it looks like a welded piece of metal on the ends. It looks obviously welded on the ends. And the inscriptions look like a Dremel tool did it. They even have a little Dremel tool like spots in it. One of the inscriptions was the Star of David, which, you know, to me, that explains why so many people were scared of it, because so many people are afraid of Jews and prejudiced against Jews. So they saw the Star of David and they're like, oh, it must be real. Because there's been pretty much every conspiracy theory that you can look up. If you do the etymology, I think that's the right word. If you really do your research and see where the theory originated at, it was usually some shit people made up about Jews, like drinking baby's blood and all the kind of shit that QAnon say about Democrats and shit. That's all just recycled shit from people saying about Jews and the New World Order and all that kind of stuff. It all came from a fake document called the Learned Elders of Zion about Jews. And, you know, Jews aren't very popular right now because of the Israeli conflict. And, yeah, I just, that was my Occam razor thing. Um, my gut instinct, my first thought is that fucking tube looks fake. That's so yeah. That's what I've thought since the beginning. All right, I think I've live streamed myself playing this game because I've live streamed myself playing all my PlayStation 5 games. Um, but the audio always sounds like shit, so I guess I can replay them all over again. I have 155 games installed on my PlayStation 5 hard drive because I bought the 2 terabyte SSD extension hard drive. So I got a lot of fucking games on this son bitch. But I'm such a brat, a video game brat, that it took me a long time to make a list of games I wanted to play. I was like, I have 155 games, but I don't know what to play. But I got 40,000 games on my Batocera, and I still have trouble trying to figure out what to play. But uh, since the Switch 2 came out, I've I've really rejected my PS5, which is stupid because the PS5 is still far and away my most powerful system I own by leaps and bounds. The Switch 2 is a PS3. That's a PS3 with HDR and 4K upscaling. That's what the Switch 2 is, but it's not about the technology of the games when it comes to Nintendo. I mean, the Sega Master System looks twice as good as the Nintendo NES, but I don't like any of the games on it. Shit, what the fuck did I just do? I'm trying to... God damn it! Oh, I got bad luck. I'm cursed. I'm cursed by Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I'm trying to change her outfit into the goth outfit. God damn it! This is very difficult to navigate this. I don't think I can even change in the goth outfit, unless I'm like at her house or something. Oh well, you don't get to enjoy the goth outfit. Some kind of Tron outfit. What the hell was I even talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, the Sega Master System, even though it's 8-bit as well, and came out around the same time as the NES, doesn't have Super Mario Brothers 3 on it, so that's what Nintendo is all about, is the Nintendo games. And on the NES, the games that came out on Nintendo, like Contra and shit like that, Mega Man, they didn't have any of that shit on the Master System, so Nintendo is just all about the games, and they make great games. So I just love the Switch too. I mean, and the Steam machine, I found out they got the specs on it. Not as powerful as the PS5. Even after 5 years of advancement in technology, I don't even remember what that law is called, where technology every year like double advances. Every year gets twice as good every year. But I guess they're just going to try to make it affordable, which I like that. And all I really want to do on my Steam machine is play Bayonetta and 4K HDR 60 frames a second. And I'm sure it could handle that. Even though my Bayonetta on my PS5 is only 1440p, 60 frames a second, no HDR. But it's a PS4 game. And the 1440p is a PS4 Pro patch that is also on the PS5. So it's that Bayonetta is the most power that a PS4 Pro can have. So if the if the Steam machine is almost as powerful as the PS5, I'm sure it can handle 4K HDR Bayonetta at 60 frames per second. Here I am talking about fucking Bayonetta again. I'm like Rain Man with his baseball cards, but with Bayonetta. It's just doesn't just the word Bayonetta just roll off the tongue? How many times can I say Bayonetta? There should be a drinking game where people watch my channel and drink every time I say Bayonetta. No, no, nix that idea. I don't want anybody to die. I don't want to be responsible for someone's death, because just watching 5 minutes of the past few videos I've uploaded, you'd be dead by now. You'd be dead by now just from this 5 minutes I've been talking about Bayonetta, about how many times I've said Bayonetta. But shockingly, I only lost one subscriber during my Bayonetta mania, where I uploaded Bayonetta only videos for like a week. Only one subscriber stopped subscribing to me, so that's good. I, like I said, I've said this before. I'm sad every time I lose a subscriber, and I've been holding myself back on putting out too many Let's Play videos. But I've changed my attitude on that. Now I'm thinking, I'm going to put out exactly what I want, and I'm going to say exactly what I want. And the people who truly like my content will appreciate that. That's what the people want, that enjoy my content. And the people that unsubscribe because of it, I have nothing against them, but my channel's just not the right choice for them. Some people like me, some people don't. I can't expect the whole world to like me. I really can't. I've been discovering a lot about myself lately, and about who I am and accepting who I am. I think I've finally accepted my gender. My whole life, I had a mother with a master's degree in women's studies. Well, almost. She took all the classes, but she never did her thesis, so she never got the certificate. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, she has a master's degree in women's studies. So she's very feminist. And my dad is very intellectual. Hated rednecks and guys that work on cars and shit like that. So I was taught from a very young age to subvert the notion of being a typical man. But there's a lot more bad things about being a man than just the typical bad things about being a man, like being a sexist, misogynist, or a jock, or a redneck, or some shit like that. In so many ways, I am such a typical man. And the one that I realized is I have suppressed my emotions so much to the point that I'm completely out of touch with my emotions as a form of survival in the world. And those emotions that I suppress. That's how I get my heart palpitations. That's how I get my panic attacks. Because I'm so blocked off and so out of touch with my emotions that I it manifests physically. Oh, I like that. That's a cute outfit. Oh, that's a cute outfit. I like her. Band girl. Okay. Can she turn on the band girl? Is she in the band girl outfit now though? No, she's still in the goddamn Tron outfit. Ugh. Try one more time to change her outfit. I think that just says what outfit she has, but it doesn't let you change your outfit. But yeah, I mean, you can still be artistic or a poet or any of the bullshit I say I am, a ballerina. Um, all that shit. And you still can't escape the trappings of being a man. And I'm just all man, baby. Think about Vincent Gallo. Um, well-established visual artist, friends with Basquiat, and then later well-established actor-director. About as artistic as you can possibly get. But a misogynistic, chauvinistic, perverted, disgusting man. He's about as man as a man could get. So he's a fucking man. If you ask him, he'd tell he's a fucking man. And I'm a fucking man too, and I'm not gonna apologize for that. So yeah. I'd have years of panic attacks to figure that out, but it feels good. It probably feels the same way that someone with gender dysphoria finally figures out that they're not a man. I'm accepting that I am a man. Because you don't know what it's like to have a lesbian mom with a master's degree in women's studies and a dandy of a father with a PhD in philosophy to and have them indoctrinate you your entire life to subvert social conditioning and still have a sense of identity. I just wanted to fit in like everybody else, but I wasn't allowed to. But, you know, and in a lot of ways also, you know, the idea of the modern man has changed from like a guy that works with his hands on Corvettes or fucking Mustangs or some shit like that and fixes up his house and everything like that. The modern man, millennial man today is a tech bro. I can. I'm not a tech bro, but I'm a neck beard video game addict, so I fit in as a modern man. Just what it means to be a modern man has completely changed, but I'm about as textbook as you can possibly get. That being said, I I do appreciate that my mother has done everything she could to make sure I'm a male feminist, if that's even possible. I mean, depends on what school of feminism you subscribe to. I mean, there's certain feminists that think all heterosexual sex is a form of rape. So, you know, a lot of feminists don't think men can be feminists, but I try as hard as I can to not be chauvinistic. If you don't know what chauvinistic means, it means that um, men think that they're better than women, that women are like a lower form of life form than them. They're like superior to them. It's kind of like white supremacy, but male supremacy. And they don't really hate women, but they think that they should like be barefoot in the kitchen and pregnant. Um, I I don't think I'm in any danger of that. Second one is misogyny, um, which is a fear, distrust, and hatred of women. Which most neckbeards like me, they're more closer to that, like more of a like an incel type thing. Think all women are wicked, out to get them. I think every human being on Earth has a dark side, and it's a spectrum. Nobody's pure evil, nobody's pure good, and that it doesn't matter what race, gender, sexuality, nationality, political leanings, anything like that. As my friend Mike Whalen said, God rest his soul, no matter what group of people you're going to hang out with, you're going to find good people and bad people. So, yeah, there probably are. I mean, I've come across quite a few number of horrible women, but I've also come across quite a number of women that are angels on this earth. Just being in their presence gives me warm and fuzzy feelings, and I love them. Both romantically, platonically, all kinds of ways. And I love hanging around women. If they would hang around me anymore, they don't really hang around me anymore. But men don't hang around me anymore either. Nobody hangs around me anymore. I don't have a flushing toilet, so that kind of changes everything. But it's not like I go out of my way to hang out with anyone. To be honest, I really don't. So sure, if I tried real hard, I could get some people to hang out with me, but I'd rather sit here and look at this and look at these polygon boobs. All right, I apologize if you can't hear me on this video. On this section of the video, I have written in my notes on my phone the exact right volume that of balance through lots of trial and error for every video game system that I own for capturing. So but I've turned the volume up to 11 on this one because my voice doesn't matter on this game. I'm just playing this game because I want you to hear the music. I want you to hear this. Is it this?
Welcome to Turrican.
That's what I wanted you to hear. You know, usually I try to have people hear my voice, but just for this one game, I want you guys to experience the music of this game. I can't even hear it myself. I have it turned up on my TV, so even I hear it. Okay, yeah. Sorry if there's. Hopefully, there's no feedback. I just want to. I can't get into this game unless I hear the music too. I want to hear it too. What a game! I take it back. I have games I want to play on my PlayStation 5. And this is one of them. I think this is the Amiga version of Turrican. It's on like every computer from the early 90s and late 80s. But I think the Amiga version is the most revered version, so that's the one they put on this Turrican collection. But what a presentation. Work of pure genius. I watched a whole documentary about Turrican. I don't remember everything it said. I think it was basically made by a German guy, but all he did was copy other games, and he copied Metroid and Contra and made Turrican, and it ended up being this fucking masterpiece that spawned many sequels and went down in history as one of the best run and gun games of all time. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Still talking about art in this video. To quote Pablo Picasso, great artists, or good artists imitate, great artists steal. You could say that Turrican stole all of its ideas from Contra and Metroid. But it doesn't matter. It says better music than Contra, Metroid. It's more exciting to play. It says, ha ha ha, Turrican at the beginning. And it's a fucking masterpiece. I'm not going to say it's better than Contra, though. I won't go too far. But Contra was made by a team of people. This was made by one programmer and one genius composer. So it's like blockbuster films versus independent cinema, you know. This is the work of a video game auteur. This is better than arcade Contra. Just not NES Contra. And it's better than Metroid on the NES. Not sure if it's better than Metroid on the Super Nintendo. I guess it all depends on my mood. Depends on what day you ask me, I guess. Because I mean, I get lost in Super Contra. Or not Super Contra, Super Metroid. And I get lost in this game too, so I don't know. And the music is good in Super Metroid. But it's like atmospheric. It's not music. It's a audio landscape of atmospheric sounds. But this is just heart pumping, epic music in this. It blows me away. The first time I ever heard this, like, holy shit. Hopefully you guys can hear it too. Yeah, I'll continue. Oops. Ugh. This is harder to navigate than the Bato Serra. He's trying to say yes. Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, when I thought that there was an alien in my backyard, I said, I uttered the word Jesus Christ. So, because I saw that on a video the other night, watching all this James Tube stuff. If you want to get rid of an alien, say Jesus Christ. Everybody in the comments on the videos were trying to explain what was happening with everything, and they're talking about some book that like markets itself as a banned book, but it has all the answers and all the blueprints of life and the Kundalini and manifesting and all this shit. And I was tempted to delve into it, but I was like, no, all I need is Jesus. I don't need any of this heretic shit. I need this forbidden occult knowledge. I know this world is fake. I know everything's an illusion. I know we live in the Matrix. I don't need to use some manifestation witchcraft to try and fulfill my greatest desires. My greatest thing I can be in life is to be a Christian, which means to be Christ-like, to try to be like Jesus as much as I can. I'm far from it. I mean, I have been best friends with a lot of prostitutes, so I'm getting there. I'd probably be friends with a lot of lepers, too. But, I got a foul mouth. I'm a bit of a crude person. But I think I'm a man of peace much more now. There are people that the devil sends into your life that test your spirit to make you go back to your old ways. And I used to be kind of a Karen and get anger problems. And, if anybody's testing my spirit right now, it's CVS Pharmacy. Not filling my anxiety medication when they're supposed to. They're closed on the weekends. So I was supposed to fill it yesterday on Sunday. But they couldn't fill it because they were closed. So I called first thing in the morning because it usually takes them a day to fill the prescription. I needed it now. Called them first thing in the morning. And they said, okay, we'll have it done in a few hours. A few hours pass by. It says it'll be ready at 2. 2 comes by. We're sorry, there's a delay. Check back soon, it says on the website. I said, don't get angry, Richard. Don't go up there and bring out your old dark side. Because I swear these people fuck with me. She told me that there's a new Indiana law that you can't get it filled on the same day anymore. Because I used to, as a crazy person, it's hard to even be comfortable with the concept of staying on a schedule and taking your medicine. And I'm also staying on a schedule giving my cat fucking pain pills and chemotherapy and thyroid medication all day long. So, I'm teetering on the edge. I'm hanging by a string. So I have to have routines. I have to have a system set up to stay on track. And my system was I used to not fill my medication, and I was always out of my medication. So I said to myself, I'm going to make a system, and I'm going to fill my medication on time. I'm going to put it on auto refills. So I have them all on auto refills. And they fill them every 28 days, so I even have a little bit extra at the end of the month, so I can build up a rainy day fund. So I filled my anxiety medication on the same day they auto refilled my antipsychotic every time. I had a perfect system. And I didn't have to have anxiety about getting my anxiety medication. But now, she said there's this new law they can't fill it on every 28 days. Now they can only fill it every 29 days. But the past 2 times, they filled it every 31 days. And then this last time, they filled it on the 32nd day. So I'm a little bit on edge. But I did not let these people turn me into a Karen. And it was ready at 3 o'clock. So I got my medicine. I'm okay. What time is it? I gotta take my other medicine soon. But I'm just loving this Turrican. I hope I'm not being too preachy lately about Jesus Christ, but I've just been really freaked out and scared by this goddamn tube video. This tube UFO. It sent me into a state of pure fear. And when I'm in a state of pure fear, I turn to Jesus. So I'm sorry if I'm talking about Jesus too much. If you're Hindu, if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, if you're any of that, this is America. Even if you're a Satanist and you're watching this, this is America. We have freedom of religion. You do you. I do what works for me, okay? But if you're looking for salvation, you will find it in Jesus Christ. That's all I'm going to say. That's my duty as a Christian. I won't talk about it anymore. I used to be a Rastafarian for a bit, but I don't smoke pot anymore. And as a Rasta man, you're not even supposed to preach at all. You're supposed to let people find it on their own. But I found out while I was in the mental institution that towards the end of his life, even Bob Marley wasn't a Rastafarian anymore. He was an Ethiopian Orthodox Christian. The same thing that Rastafari, Haile Selassie, Jah, whatever you want to call him, the president of Ethiopia, he was also an Ethiopian Orthodox Christian. Christianity started in Ethiopia, a lot of people think. So, you know, everybody goes through their reggae phase in life. But I just find peace in Jesus. And that's another thing, you know. I was not raised that way. I think it horrifies my mom that I'm a Christian. But you can't be who your parents want you to be. You got to be your own person. All right, this last game. I just want to show this game off. It's not a very well-known game. I mean, the series is iconic. But this particular version of the game is kind of flew under the radar. PS4 game. Looks like it has a PS5 little patch upgrade in graphics. It looks a little better than a PS4 would look. But I don't know. I can't even tell. This is in 1080p because it's going through my capture card. So I can't even tell if it's an HDR, if it's 4K upscaled or anything. But it looks really, really good. But this game, you know, Samurai Showdown and the original one, it was cool. You can it did have finishing moves. You could cut people in half at the end, or slash their throat. But this one, as you'll see, they really went all out with this one. So I thought it was worth including on this little playthrough. This will be my last game. I just had to get James off my chest. I promise I won't leave you guys hanging. My next video, I will leave another James update. But I went into this even literally as I was setting up my PS5, and I just figured out that I had to turn off the HDCP to get it to capture. I was like, why is my TV on a black screen? Why is my capture program crashing? Why is it why isn't it showing up on my computer? I was like, oh yeah, HDCP. It's just so you can't capture a Blu-ray or Netflix or some shit like that. That's why they have to have that on there. My PS3 with my component to HDMI converter, I can bootleg every single streaming on there. It's a PS3, so it'll only be in HD. It won't be in 4K HDR, but I don't even have 4K HDR Netflix. I got the poor man's Netflix, $7.99 with ads. But look at all that blood. Love it. It's on the floor. Fantastical. I had to share this with the people. And I had to have a ninja game and a samurai game. If I'm going to have a ninja game and I have a samurai game on the same system, I got to have both a ninja and a samurai game. So I figured out I'll start with the ninja game, I'll end with the samurai game. See that little meter down there? That's how you do the finishing moves in all the Samurai Showdowns. If your meter's up there at full, it'll automatically do a finishing move at the end of the match to like chop them in half or slice their throat and a bunch of blood will splurt out. But I don't know. It's pretty random. So and it's not like gory like Mortal Kombat because it's Japanese. Japanese don't go all out on the gore because of there we go. Oh wait, he didn't chop her in half. Well, I guess. Oh wait, it wasn't all the way at the top. Yeah, I've said this before, but there was some child murderer, child dismemberer in Japan that they blamed his serial killer ways on him reading violent mangas and a movie called Guinea Pig 2, A Flower of Flesh and Blood, which he didn't even own. He either owned Guinea Pig Devil Doctor Woman or Guinea Pig Mermaid in a Manhole. It's debatable what number in the series each one actually is, so we don't know exactly what Guinea Pig movie he owned, but they blame the murders on that, so they really toned down the violence in their video games after that. So it's very rare to find like real gore and dismemberment in a Japanese made game. Like Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo, it has green blood. Which is a shame. Japan has some weird rules. They're not a Christian nation, but they have a lot of puritanical things. Things that are puritanical, things that aren't puritanical. Okay, there's the sliced throat. Oh, but it wasn't even a finishing move. Yeah, prostitution is illegal in Japan, but blowjobs aren't considered sex, so you can get a legal blowjob from a prostitute in Japan. Okay, I think I just did a finishing move. It's hard to tell. There's so much violence in this game already, and they produce quite a bit of pornography in Japan, but they block out the genitals with like the pixelation like that they put on people's faces on Cops and stuff. The TV show Cops, they will like blur out someone's face. They put that on the genitals in Japanese pornography, and it's not what you would think. A genitalia is not considered obscene in Japanese culture. It's pubic hair. They're blocking out the pubic hair. You're not allowed to see pubic hair in Japan. It's against the law. So, you know, I'm sure they look at our society and think we're weird. I'll tell you something I'm bummed out about, and it doesn't even affect me. But I thought a great thing that happened in society, sort of a life hack, sort of a loophole, is what they call Trump weed. Because Trump in his first administration legalized hemp. The hemp conspiracy of banning hemp and stuff like that, which I had always heard from weed propaganda, was because of they're they're going to make everything out of hemp. You can make paper out of hemp. You can make T-shirts out of hemp. You can make hemp. Hemp is that's why hemp's illegal, because Dow Chemicals bought a bunch of lumber in the 1900s, and they didn't want people making paper out of hemp. They wanted people making paper out of trees. But as far as I can tell, after the hemp bill passed, all they've been making the hemp with is Trump weed. It's everywhere. There's Trump weed stores all over Indiana. And I guess when they stopped the government shutdown, that sneaky little turtle head Mitch McConnell slipped in a amendment to the bill, and in 1 year from now, say bye-bye to Trump weed. And I think that sucks. Because even though I don't smoke weed anymore, it makes me too, freaks me out. Doing everything I can to hold on to my sanity. And I'll tell you what, something about that Trump weed. The first time I ever ate a Trump weed gummy, Delta 8, that was the highest I've been since I was 14 years old. So that shit works. And they know it works. And alcohol sales have hit an all-time low. They're serving Trump weed cocktails at bars now. But if it seems too good to be true, it usually is. Trump weed was not meant to stay on this earth, and all good things come to an end, and Mitch McConnell killed Trump weed. I don't know if Trump killed Trump weed. Honestly, if you ask me about the current state of Trump, I think he had a stroke. I think he had frontal temporal dementia. He's very old. I think he's older than Biden was when he was in office. I think he's having medical problems. I think he's probably going to croak soon. Then we'll have J.D. Vance as president. And I don't like the idea of that. Because J.D. Vance is my age. I know a douchebag, Nautica Cologne, Abercrombie and Fitch bitch when I see one. a millennial fuckhead when I see one. The kind of motherfucker I would squirt ketchup and mayonnaise all over at the end of lunch break to ruin his Abercrombie and Fitch clothes. Fucking date rapist. I know one when I see one. He's my age. I know exactly what kind of person he is. And I do not, and I will not, ever call him President of the United States. But I think he's ready for it. He's already made comments about how he's gonna be ready for something bad happens. But to all the people that think that that they're worried that Trump's not going to leave office, that he's going to try for a third term and shit like that. I mean, I think he's wearing a catheter. I think he has had a stroke. He's continuing to have many strokes. And I think he'll be dead in a matter of months, to be honest. I know Scott Jacobin will be really sad because he really loves Trump. I don't comment on politics. So no comment. But you can probably guess where I stand. You can probably guess. Here's some shit outside my doors. I hope it's not an alien. Okay, I guess I'll give my political opinion. This is I'll end the video here with my political opinion. I'll come out of the closet of my political opinion. The world is controlled by Freemasons, or this country is controlled by Freemasons, and this country controls the world. This country was founded by Freemasons. And Freemasons, at the very top, are reptilian aliens. Every president elected was not voted in. They were chosen by the reptilians. They don't really control shit. It's just divide and conquer. Tribalism. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. I'm a libertarian. I'm a liberal. I'm a fascist. I'm a blah, 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 blah. No, you're not. You're in a human zoo controlled by reptilians. That's my political opinion. There's probably alien greys too, and Bigfoot, and some people think there's this like Viking, Nordic aliens. But I love Blink-182. I have since the Dude Ranch album. I guess I have the same political affiliation of Tom DeLonge. Aliens exist, and aliens control the world. He said that in an article I read in Sassy Magazine, I believe I read once. But yeah, that's the end. I could keep playing this game. I love it. And I'm really good at it, apparently. I haven't lost one match, but yeah, I just wanted to update you on the UFO tube. James Tube UFO. That's a tribute to James. He burped right before he drilled into the tube and died. And I guess I'm going to hop back on the Polarity channel and see if the latest James update live stream was AI generated. Have a great night. Bye-bye.